Roger Bush is a former ORU student, instructor, and technician, but what most people do not know unless you've been in his office is that he is a collector of ORU memorabilia and history.
Over the years that I've been here, I started out as a student actually in Studio One, and then in 1974 the person who was over that left to go work at Ken Hagen's, and I was the only one on campus who knew anything about the studio, so I actually started over the studio at that time. And just through the years of working personally with Oral, anywhere from the TV shows to with him up at his house, it's a big part of my life. And so some of those parts I don't want to let go. They're, good history, something we want to keep around.
The nostalgia of the collection is very important. However, what Roger feels is the most important is the history that the collection holds.
One of the saddest things to me right now is that the new students, some of them have never seen or met Oral, didn't know Oral personally. And I was very privileged to get to work with him and get to know him and Evelyn and the other family members. And so I'm trying to hang on to a little bit of the history so they can see some of the history of ORU.
Indeed, all these items do have historical significance. However, one item does stand out above the rest.
In the early 70s, we had what was called the Quarterly Special. It was a 1-hour family TV show, and it was #1 in the nation for family viewing. It was a big deal. We actually started out with half of our crew was NBC crew members along with us, so it was fun to be able to work along with union NBC workers. But in those shows, Oral, back in his dressing room, had a makeup chair where he'd sit and get his makeup on, and I actually still have that. And it's fun to have people sit in it and they think it's a barber chair or something. And I said, no, that's where Oral sat and got his makeup put on.
Even though there is a sentimental value to this collection, items such as the RCA control panel show how technology has advanced over the years.
To me, what I enjoy in looking at this equipment is when you see a lot of this, especially this old Philco TV up here and things like that, the intelligence of the people who had to design these from nothing. Almost anything you buy nowadays is just an upgrade, something modified of existing technology. This was new. This was all brand new stuff. Television, radio, all of that had never been around. And so to develop something and build it from scratch, Dr. Durfee, who used to be over the Comm Arts department, actually used to blow his own glass vacuum tubes for radio. Okay, so it isn't that long ago that they were actually doing that. And so to see the progression of, from their first ideas up to the size and what equipment will do now is, I think students and people in general need to appreciate where this came from.
Above all, however, the future of ministry is the true focus and passion behind this collection.
The more important part of this is, what are we going to do as Christians with this equipment? What can we do to spread the gospel? The tools are necessary, but it's really what we do with those tools that are so important to us.
ORU's Roger Bush preserves ORU's history of television ministry and production while maintaining a passion for ORU's television future. Reporting for Telenews, I'm Jonna Kyle.